Hello, Jerry Norton here, and I'm going to be doing a deal review on 6134 Government Street in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So here I have the listing up on Trulia. I'm going to go ahead and go to Redfin because this property is in, or Redfin is in this market here. It's not in all markets, but it is in this market. So I'm going to go ahead and go to this property. Okay, so there it is in Redfin. I'm going to scroll down, and what I'm looking for is this map it gives us right here. Where is it? Right here. And I'm going to click Map Nearby Homes for Sale. And this is where I want to get to whenever I'm doing comps, because this is the screen I really like that Redfin has to offer. So on the left is the map. So my internet's running really slow. I'm actually doing this from my hotspot while I'm in the car running around today. So here's my map, and then here's, make sure I click on Table. It shows me a table view of all of the comps that it shows on the map. So we're actually located here on this Government Street. It's not pulling it up on here because it's showing it as off-market right now. Yeah, off-market, but it's here at 6134 Government Street. And so that's right around here on the map. So these are active. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first go to, make sure I'm in table view. I'm going to go to more filters. Make sure I click on houses. Switch this from for sale to sold. It's going to update now and show me the solds. I got to make sure I switch this from 3 months to 1 year. And we are, let's see what we are. We're 2,000 square feet, 2,045. So I'm going to do a filter on square footage. Where's it at? Right here. I'm going to go probably 1,500 to 2,500. That's a big range, but it'll just weed out. Yeah, it kind of got rid of some of those. Let's go ahead and apply those filters. Right now it is showing me some 11 homes in this map view. So we're kind of on the south side of this Government Street. Now, the one question I have is, Government Street looks like a main road, right? Looks like a busy road. So how does that affect our value in this market? Busy roads almost always have a negative reflection on the values, right? Because it's a main road. People would always prefer to live on a less busy road. So it's not really pulling anything up down here south of Government. We've got here north of Government. And I think our property actually is on the south side of Government Street. So that is something that I am going to want to take a look at and verify. There is this comp right here. If I click on the button, it pulls it up over here. So it's this one here on Esplanade. Wait, how do you say it? Esplanade, I think, Avenue. So here it is, and what's cool about it is kind of a ranch like ours. Looks very much. This does have a 2-car attached garage. Looks like we don't. Looks like we have a carport, and so we'll want to remember that and keep that take that into consideration. So anyway, I've got 9 homes here that it's found. That's a good number to work off of, and you can see here I've got a 345, some 250, 270, 250. So I kind of just look at my range first of all. 306, 314. What's cool is down here in my table view here, it gives me my average. So it's telling me my average of all of these comps is $130 a foot. So right off the bat, if I just take this, I don't do anything else. I take our property's 2,045 feet. If I multiply that by 130, that gives us a value of $265,850. Now again, we're taking into consideration all of these, so we may want to filter through. Like look at this one, 153. So just for an example here, I think this is distressed. Yeah, this is not retail, right? There's only 3 pictures, but you can tell here this needs rehabbed, and the outside of it looks pretty beat up. Looks like it needs a roof, you know, leaves all over it. So I would probably delete that one out. So what I'm going to do here next is I'm going to click Download All. It's going to go ahead and give me a CSV file. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to make this bigger so you can see it. Let's go to 150. And I'm going to go ahead and get this kind of over here out of my way. Now, first thing I do is I kind of clean this up. I want to just get rid of stuff that I don't need. So I just delete some columns. You don't have to do this. It just makes it easier to manage. So I'm going to delete. And then if you put your crosshairs between the 2 cells and double click, it'll widen that out for you. So sold dates, if you double click on it, it'll shorten it to where it needs to be. We got our zip code, we got our price. Now first thing I'm going to do on my price is I'm going to go down here, I'm going to click equals, I'm going to type in the word average, and it's going to grab the formula here. Now what I have to do is I have to click my range. I'm going to click from there, I got to put semicolon, and then click the bottom one. See how it highlighted that whole thing? Then just hit enter. Then I'm going to go over here to my tools, I'm going to switch this to currency, and then let me double click this, and then I'm going to get rid of the decimal points. There we go, 259. I'm going to turn that red. Okay, so let me move this out of my way. There's my beds, there's my baths, location, so these are neighborhoods. There's my square feet. So I'm going to take this cell and click Control C, I'm on a Mac, so Command C, Command V, and I got to switch this back to just general because it's not currency, and get rid of all those the decimal place. There we go. So my average square feet so far is 2,052, which is great. That's exactly where we're at. Okay, so then let me just scoot through the rest of these. So we got lot size, we got year built, days on markets, sometimes helpful. What else do we have? Whoops. And then I don't need really any of this. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete these cells. So just delete. Okay. I really don't need any of this either. HOA, status, next, whatever. I'm going to get rid of these. Delete those. Alright, so now I've got, move this back here. So now I've got the cells that I'm most interested in. Where's my price per square foot? Right here. So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, Control C, Control V. This is my most important number here, 127, because this is my average price per square foot out of these 9 comps. Now what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to go in here now and just, out of these 9, find the best, like 5 or 6 maybe. So first thing I do is I look for the junk that I know I need to get rid of. Like remember this one at 153,000? It was distress, not retail. So I want to get rid of that. So I'm going to delete that one. It updates my cells. So you can see here my ARV just went, my average price went up to 272, but I'm less concerned about that number. Let's get rid of this. I'm more concerned about my price per square foot number, this number. So it went up from 127 to 132 because I got rid of that bad comp, so it readjusts all my averages. Now the other thing we're going to look at here, so let's just go back through. We got 250, 238, 305, 255, 344. I'm just looking at my prices. So my next lowest is this 201 on Waverly. So let's go back to my Redfin and let's look for that property. So that one it sold for 200. There it is. So this one way over here. Keep in mind, this is up here. We're right around here. So we're still, I mean, all of these are within our neighborhood as long as Government Road does not change drastically when you get to the north side. So that's a question I have that we'll want to figure out. So anyway, let's look at this one. If I click on it, it brings it up. No pictures. It's small. It's only 1,400 square feet. It doesn't give me any information. So, and it sold for 140 a foot, but it's small. We're 2,000 square feet. So I would probably get rid of this one. One thing I could do is click on it, or I think click on it here. Yeah, it opens up another tab. Scoot this up. Opens up another tab. Oh, there it is. So look at that thing. Only one Google picture. Looks pretty hammered. Let me just see what the comments say about it. No, doesn't look like there's any comments. Yeah, not for sale. Anyway, so I'm gonna assume this is distressed as well. So I'm gonna close that and go back to my spreadsheet, and let's get rid of that one as well. This one at 201. So we'll just delete that column. Delete. That brings us up to 282 and 131. So it didn't really affect our price per square foot too much. Let's see what else we have here. I mean, I like these 300 ones. There's 2 of them in the 300s, 305 and 344 and 314. Our next lowest here is this 238 on Eastwood. So let's go look at that one. So 238, where's 238? Right here, this one. Oh, no pictures again. 2,200 square feet, so a little bigger. Let's go ahead and click on it, see if we can get any information. Another Google view, Google Maps view. It's hard to tell though, and there's not really a write-up anywhere. So it doesn't give us a whole lot of information on this one. So it's kind of hard to tell. Square footage is good. Alright, so let's go back to our list. I'll leave that one for now because I just don't know enough to delete it. Let's look at this next lowest one here at Marquette for 250. So 250. So I look at my map for that one. There it is, right there. 250. Again, no pictures. Bigger. 2456. Got $102 a foot. But it's definitely a lot bigger than us. We're 2,000 square feet. Go back to our thing and see what the. So that's that one. Sold for $102 a foot. Yeah, that's our next lowest one. So, you know, again, I don't know if I should delete that one quite yet. That's right there. Let's see, 255. I think that was our next lowest one. Here we go. We got some pictures at least. So what's cool is I don't have to click on it. I can scroll right through here. Okay, this one looks decent. Little dated kitchen, small kitchen, but not bad, and definitely retail because it's got homeowner stuff in it. Okay, so this actually isn't too bad. It's at $125 a foot. That one, why did it go so? It's 2,000 square feet. Okay, so I'm probably going to leave that one. Let's look at some of our nice ones over 300. So let's click on this one. 4-bedroom on corner lot. There's 14 pictures. Hardwood floors. Okay, pretty decent kitchen. Looks like granite. Whoa, the floor is a little weird. But this is retail. Floor is really weird. Yeah, so this one's fine. It got 130 a foot, so I like that. It's a little bigger, 2,360. Got 130 a foot. So I'm feeling good so far about 130 a foot. Let's look at some of these higher ones. This one got 314. Looks like a nice kind of rambler ranch. Okay. Go back one. So bathroom's kind of a little dated, but that's kind of back right now. That retro, at least it's white. That's dated. Looks like tile, white kitchen. Not the greatest, but not bad either. Got 314. It's only 1,900 square feet. But this is, where is this? Right over here on a nice quiet side street. And let's see what this guy got. This one really pulled well. 345. Because this one got 155 a foot. It's 2,200 square feet. Got 155 a foot. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, this is nice. So this looks, this actually looks staged to me. Maybe not. Kitchen's not that updated. So it's okay. I mean, not bad. Yeah, I mean that's I don't think it's a rehab. I think it's just a homeowner. But let me go back to the nice yard. Let's go back. But look at this. It's got this 2-car attached garage. Really nice curb appeal. Our house doesn't. We have a carport going on here. And so anyway, so I'm concerned about that. And I don't know if we're right on government. It's kind of weird because when I zoom in on Google Maps, it looks like it's one of these houses that's off of Esplanade, or whatever, and not government, but it's a government street address. Okay, so and this thing took forever to sell, 339 days on market. That's forever, So that definitely is pushing it at 155. This one here got. Did we look at this one? 314, I think so. So 160, 155 is kind of a higher end of the market. And then we got 108. Which one's that? That's that one for 239. We don't have pictures for it. And then this one got 102. We don't have pictures for that. So just for fun, let's go back to our thing here. Let's delete these bottom two and just see what our numbers come out at. So let's delete these. That puts us at 141. But then I also think this 160 needs to go because it's just an anomaly. So let's delete that one. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 comps. We're coming in about 137. So we're taking into consideration this really high one at 155. But then we got 137, 125, and 130. So I feel really good about 137. So if you take our property of 2,045 square feet and then we multiply it by 137. So if we put equals this times this, that gets us 279. And let me make this currency. So 279 as an ARV, but there's two things that we got to look at. No garage, or in other words, carport versus two-car garage and busy road. So, meaning, how do these affect us? If so, do we need to adjust this? Do we need to make this, like, let's just take 125 a foot. Let's put this equals this times this. Puts us at 255. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. I would need to do a little further research. Probably what I would do is I'd go back and I'd look at, do all of these have garages? I don't know if our thing tells us here. No, it doesn't in our data. But we can go back to each of those comps. We can look at, okay, does it have a carport? Does it have a garage? That definitely will affect value because a buyer would rather have a garage than a carport, right? And so how much does that affect it? And then that busy road. So I would go do some research. Next, what I would do is some research on that busy road, and I would try to find out how busy is it. Are there homes on there? Does that really affect the market? One thing that I like to do is I'll call up some agents in that area and I'll say, hey, I'm looking at a property. What's your opinion on carport versus garage? Get some opinions. Definitely look at data. I'd find out that government street, how busy of a road is that, and how does that affect it? You can ask that question as well. But at best, if those things don't play much of a role, your high end, your top end of the market's 280, right? Based on our comps we pulled. And even if you wanted to push the envelope and say, okay, I'll take my highest of these comps, 155, that puts us at 316. But again, I don't think we're 155. We're not the same as that house. That house had a really nice curb appeal and a two-car garage. I think we're more like around the 137 and probably even more like 130. I'd feel much more comfortable at 265.8. Now let me take a minute here and go back and look at our rehab. I haven't looked through the pictures yet, so let's see, there's 14 of them. So the front of this looks pretty good, new roof, so it's going to need a new roof. And then what is this? This looks like some kind of entrance or something. I'm trying to think. That looks like a front door maybe, but that might be over here. I don't know what this because this kind of looks like an addition. And then this would be the original house, which is that brick wall that you see right here. So I think this is that addition, which I don't know what this room is. So I'd kind of want to know that. There's our kitchen. These cabinets I would paint white because that's what all the market does. New countertops, new appliances, new tile. Okay, this looks like the living room. This can all be painted. I would do trim because this is like 2-inch trim, so new trim. This is kind of cool though, this wood and stuff up here. I don't know what I'd do with that, but I'd do something. Okay, your bathroom. We can. Well, I've got some ideas on how to handle this, which we saw this in the market. You can actually glaze this because it looks like it's all in good shape. This tile. So you could paint all of this and save a lot of money. And then I'd leave this cabinet, probably do a new granite countertop, or maybe even glaze this too. So that's not too bad. This is that one weird room on the addition, so I don't know what that room is. Wood floors look really good. You know, I don't see a whole lot to do here. Yep, same here. This is part of our kitchen. That might be tile. Bedroom. Here's our second bath. Same thing. I think we could get away with, I'd pull these off, and we could spend a little bit of money in there. What number? 12 picture. Is this our third bath? I'm trying to remember. Does this have? That's a shower. And here's the back. Yeah, this is that addition type thing here. Okay, so we're back to the front here. So what are they calling this? How many bedrooms? I forget. Looked like 3 though. All right. So anyway, I mean, I'm looking at this thing right now with the roof because I'd budget. What I would do is I'd put all these numbers down on my rehab estimator checklist. But just a quick view of this. 5 on your roof. You got some tile and granite in the kitchen. Paint those cabinets. I'd call that 5. That puts me at 10. 5 on paint. I don't know what my furnace and water heater and stuff looks like on that. But I mean, we're only looking at maybe 25 total to redo this house, to get this house back up to par. So 25 in rehab. So if we take 265, let me just get my calculator. 265 times 0.65 is 172 minus 25, puts you at 147 as your buy. 147. And I don't remember what the numbers are on this. Oops. But does that make sense? So I would go, my analysis would be 265. I would go like this. So ARV. Again, I'm also got to figure these two things out here. But 265 repairs, I would put at 25. And then based on our formula, that puts us at 140. Let's round up to 148. Puts us at 148. Okay, that's my quick review on this property, and I hope you found that helpful. And I'll talk to you soon.